guys, welcome to this week of Tits and Giggles. And I know you're wondering, why does Tasha have on this jewelry and this fake nose thing? But I was vibing out to my boo Badu and my busty boo Jill Scott over the past couple of days. And I was just like, you know what, let me be on my Afro-punk jewelry tip and let's vibe out this interview. This interview is all about trends, fashion, and boobs, of course. So let's welcome our first guest, Brittany. She works in fashion.
Thank you for having me.
Also, Brittany, how did you start off in retail?
My parents always told me, if you're going to pick a career, if you're going to go to college, let it be for something you love, because you don't have time to waste on something that you're not passionate about. And so then eventually I just I love fashion. I'm always cutting up stuff. I always was bleaching stuff. So I just found the fashion program in Atlanta, and that's where it started, really. Yeah.
What is your, what do you currently think about Atlanta people fashion?
Atlanta has great fashion. It really does, now that I think about it. I mean, I remember going to Lenox Mall when I was when I was living out there. And the girls, let me tell you, the way I was going to the mall and the way they was going to the mall was two totally different things. It is a fashion show. But I do sometimes think the only thing negative I can say about it sometimes with Atlanta was I felt as if everybody was really hung up on labels. And not everybody, but a lot of people was really hung up on the labels, and some of them weren't even all that cute, but just because such and such made it, everybody was wearing it. But then on the flip side, I met girls who could go to the thrift store and put together bomb ass outfits, so it just, style ain't just the labels. It's all really how you put it together. And then there's some people who can mix the high and low, which is kind of like one of my favorites. So it's, it all depends on your personal style, but Atlanta has great fashion. So.
And how did that transition your career from retail into actually, coming up with your own website for fashion?
So after I graduated from college, I worked in retail. I worked in retail a long time. I'm just now out of retail after 2-3 years. And I was doing visual merchandising, dressing mannequins mainly was my thing, and changing that look of the floors. But I eventually had transitioned into doing visual merchandising for a furniture store. So it was interior decorating. And I loved it because it was different from what I had been doing. So I started my website, and the name came from just an old Tumblr blog. One of my friends in college, and it was just Trashed Elegance. I kind of think it was a reflection of my style at the time. I've always been a little trashy.
Okay, because I was trash.
Yeah, so I really my style at the time was I would always wear combat boots, fishnet stockings torn up. But it was never too much. I still could meet somebody's mama and they wouldn't look at me so it was a balance of a little trashy and a little elegant. And then it was also a reflection of my personality too, because sometimes I will go there with you, but most of the time I won't. So yeah, that's where the name came from. And so I've been doing that now for a little over 3 years.
The website is a fashion website, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So you sell different fashion outfits and stuff like that, or do you create the outfits, the looks, or you just get the looks and for your site and sell them?
Right now, I work and deal with wholesale manufacturers. So I just find what's on trend.
See, sis, I look at a lot of your pictures online. It's beautiful. And then you had big boobs. You mind me asking, you how big your boobs are?
I'm a 38 double D.
So I don't know if you saw my first episode. My first episode was talking about women. I had one of my guy friends talking about should women wear with smaller boobs? Should they wear crop tops compared to women with bigger boobs? What is your opinion on crop tops? Is it a boob limit?
First off, I don't think men should tell women what they should wear, period. That's number one. Number two, I do think there are certain things that are more flattering for women with bigger boobs than it is with someone who isn't. But as far as you can't wear it, I don't think so. I just think it's all in how you wear it. 1, 2, is if you have to know how to dress for your body, and that's not just for big boobs. That is period. I see women who are more petite sometimes don't know how to dress for their body. Women who are plus size sometimes don't know how to dress for their body. That is universal. So I think women with bigger boobs can definitely wear 99% of the things. It's just all in wearing the right size and knowing how to style it for your body.
Is there anything that big titty women can't wear?
You know what I learned was anything with thicker straps, like a halter, is good because usually it has built-in support and you don't have to wear a bra with it a lot of times. I mean, of course, everyone varies. I know some people's breasts are a lot bigger than mine, but I see women with really big boobs wear halter tops, thick strap, and they don't have to wear literally a bra with it because all the support is in that strap. It goes around your neck. So I think halters are always good to wear, to start with at least. Yeah. I kind of shy away from, now I love crop tops. I will wear a crop top at 100 years old.
Oh girl, you know, I see the old lady out there. She can wear her crop top. She about 80 and stuff.
Right. But I do think like the strapless crop tops, try to get the ones that have some boning in it and some structure in it, because it's like a built-in bra as well. So even if you do have to wear a bra, you have like double support with the ones that have boning in it, outside of the ones that is literally just a tube top with no type of structure inside of it. Yeah.
You know, the crazy thing is I don't be wearing any type of, sometimes I don't wear crop tops with straps. I just be letting my boobs free, girl. I just let them roam, girl. If they don't like it, they don't like it. What is the craziest retail experience or situation you ever had? Because I have a whole bunch.
Oh boy, I think the craziest one I seen was working at Forever 21. They had started giving out these huge mesh shopping bags for people to while they were shopping. And I worked in Perimeter Mall in Atlanta, and there was this group of girls who had literally filled, maybe 3 of them, filled to the top with merchandise, just walking around chilling. You would have never thought anything was about to happen. And then next thing you know, all of them like ran out of the store with the alarms going off. I mean, merchandise still flying out of their bag. Like the theft I seen in merchandise. I mean, in retail, like people.
Did they get away? Did they get arrested?
Oh, no, they got arrested. Yeah, they got arrested. I ain't trying to sound like a professional thief, but like work your way up to it. You know, don't just come in there going like start with some earrings. You know.
Right off small, girl. I had a friend, girl. She stole at Walmart, girl, and I was just like, why are you going? And then she stole dumb stuff, a whole bunch of dumb stuff from Walmart. I'm like, how you gonna? No,
it ain't working.
I guess she was trying to start off small at Walmart and then work her way on up. She was gonna be stealing diamonds after that next.
You was talking about different trends earlier. Are there any trends for big titty women out there that we should follow and we should be mindful about following this year?
I mean, I feel like the ones that I've seen for spring and summer 2020, I feel like they're all wearable for anybody. I see that royal classic blue, the wide collars, like the 70s type collars on the shirts. Okay. Only thing that might be, and honestly, no, I still don't even think that would be. I see the bralette look has come back. I don't feel like it ever left, but that bralette look, I'm starting to see it so much on like H&M and Zara's websites. You know, I feel like women with big boobs can definitely wear them. The thing is, they don't make them for big women. Large and Zara is, I mean, God, come on. And the thing is, and I say this too when people ask me about plus size for my website, a lot of it's deeper than just sometimes making it bigger. Sometimes you have to manipulate the fabric that way it's falling correctly on the body. You get what I'm saying? So, you know, sometimes a large might work on your boobs, but then what if you have a smaller back?
Do you see, personally, do you see any trends from the 90s or even like trends from the 80s and 70s where women had bigger boobs and in terms of what they were wearing?
I do think right now we are definitely more body positive, period. You know, just curves, boobs, stretch marks, all of it. I definitely think that is one of the great things about 2020 and this generation. Like we kind of don't give a damn. I mean, I remember, you know, growing up, people used to, you know, kind of, if you were bigger, they expect you to just, you know, shop and dress a lot less cute. And it's just like, that's crazy to me, you know?
Right.
Like, yeah, definitely in a place where the curves are embraced. It just, the naturalness of different bodies is being embraced. So.
I'm a natural girl. A lot of people ain't natural, girl. I don't know.
But I'm not talking about like just your body shape, just being like the sagging, the stretch marks, the cellulite. I've been seeing websites that used to always have retouched models. Now their models are showing cellulite and stretch marks, from wearing crop tops or swimwear. ASOS is the one I really start seeing first. They're not, and that's not just their plus size girls. I was seeing it on their real slim girls, with stretch marks on their knees and all that stuff. I remember when all that stuff used to be.
On knees?
I do. I have them right there on the inside, like right there. I will say being tall and having big boobs sometimes can make shopping a little, it ain't always easy, because when it comes like finding pants that's gonna fit, and that sometimes is a disadvantage.
I was looking on your site. I see that you have a lot of crop tops. So you have bottom pieces like with the matching top pieces. Are those difficult to find for people, or?
It depends on the company I'm getting it from. Like when one good one I would say with Sets is Pretty Little Thing. I'm sure everybody's heard of it, but Pretty Little Thing, they sell sets, but they sell them separate, if that makes sense. So if you are smaller at the bottom or bustier at the top, you don't have to just get a generic medium and then get it altered. You know what I'm saying? You can get that size 12 at top, or if you're a size 10 at the bottom, you can mismatch the sizes. But when it comes to, like, let's say usually Forever 21, when you're buying a set, it's just that set size, and that can be a little tough to work with sometimes,
So is there any upcoming projects that you want people to know about, or you just,
Well, thank you for having me, for one. Two, yeah, I'm working right now on my website. With this quarantine, it definitely gave me some time to revamp stuff. So right now, I actually just ordered my first batch of plus size yesterday. So that was like one of my main 2020 goals with my website, was to get plus size, because I'm all for women, and I kept saying that, but it was like my website didn't really reflect that. So that is really what I want people to know, and just check out my website. It's trashedelegance.com. Retail. Yeah, all my bosses were crazy. Every single one. But as far as advice, I would say if you're just in it temporarily for, like, let's say part-time or while you're in college, it's just take it day by day. Like, it's not your end goal, so don't take it too seriously. Like, do what you need to do. It is a blessing to have a job. We obviously see that right now, but it's not your end goal. Have your plan for your next move, and just, learn what you can, especially people who are who want to be in that artsy fashion industry. You can learn a lot at jobs that you don't like. I think I've learned the most from jobs that I didn't like, especially when it comes down to marketing. When I was working in it, some of the marketing things that would come from corporate, I used to be like, this is so stupid. But now that I'm out on the other end of it, I see why they were doing some of the things that they were doing. When you're working in retail, they're sending you trend forecasts for weeks or months ahead of time. So you are always on top of it. And at the moment, you may not see that trend, but by the time they're telling you to execute it or dress that mannequin or flip that store around, that's all you see.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Brittany, for coming on our show. Stay tuned, guys, for upcoming fashion tips, and to get some latest fashion trends, or DM her. And also, I'm going to be doing a bra review soon, just to give you guys tips on if this is the correct bra and stuff like that. So